Think about the last time you were at dinner with friends who earn roughly what you do. One of them casually mentions they just booked a trip to Portugal. Another is talking about rebalancing their investment portfolio. You smile and nod along, contributing to the conversation, ordering another round. But inside, you're doing different math. You're calculating whether you can cover next month's car payment. Whether that credit card balance is going to fit on this paycheck or the next one. Whether you should skip brunch next weekend just to give yourself some breathing room. Here's the strange part. You're smart. Maybe you have a degree. Maybe two. You read books. You solve complex problems at work every single day. You make decent money, more than your parents did at your age, more than most people in your city. Yet you feel broke, not struggling to eat broke. But that constant low-grade financial anxiety that never quite goes away. The kind where you're always one surprise expense away from panic. You've done everything you were told would lead to financial security, and somehow you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Something doesn't add up. Here's what's actually happening beneath that dinner conversation. Smart people stay broke because they optimize for the wrong outcome. They optimize for looking successful instead of being wealthy. And the system is designed exactly for this. You're not broke because you don't earn enough. According to research from the Census Bureau, households headed by someone with a bachelor's degree earn a median income of $132,700, more than double what high school graduates make. You're making the money. The problem is where it goes the moment you earn it. The system, banks, employers, marketers, even your social circle, has built an invisible infrastructure that converts your income into consumption before you even notice. Every raise becomes a nicer apartment. Every bonus becomes a weekend trip. Every promotion becomes a wardrobe upgrade. And here's the twist. Your intelligence makes you better at justifying it. You can build an airtight logical case for why you deserve that $8 latte, why the premium gym membership is an investment in your health, why the nicer apartment is actually a smart move for networking and mental well-being. You're not being reckless, you're being strategic. Except you're solving the wrong equation. This is what researchers call the income trap. Most people believe making more money will solve their financial stress. But a 2025 Goldman Sachs survey found that 40% of households earning over $300,000 a year report living paycheck to paycheck, the same rate as people earning a fraction of that amount. The bottleneck isn't your income, it's your behavior. And the system profits enormously when you earn more but save nothing. Let me show you exactly how this plays out in real life. Lifestyle inflation is the silent wealth killer, and smart people fall into it harder than anyone else. Here's the concept. Every time you get a raise, your expenses rise to match it. You tell yourself you've earned it after all that hard work. You deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that logic feels airtight. But here's what actually happens. Let's say you get promoted. Your salary jumps from $60,000 to $80,000. That's a $20,000 raise, life-changing money if you deploy it right. Except you don't. You move into a nicer apartment because the old one suddenly feels beneath your new role. That's an extra $400 a month. You start eating out more often because you're busy and you can afford it now. Another $300 a month. You upgrade your wardrobe because you need to look the part in meetings. Another $150 a month. Do the math. That's $850 a month in new expenses, or $10,200 a year. Your raise gets absorbed before you even see it hit your account. Research from Bankrate found that 59% of Americans who received a raise admitted to immediately upgrading their housing, transportation, or leisure spending. A Federal Reserve study showed that for every 10% increase in income, discretionary spending rose by roughly 30%. You're not saving more. You're just spending at a higher tier. Here's the implication for you. Your savings rate stayed at zero. You just upgraded your financial prison to one with better furniture and faster Wi-Fi. Take someone like Marcus, a 32-year-old software engineer who realized after 3 promotions that he felt more financially stressed than he did as a junior developer. More income, same anxiety, zero progress. And here's what most people don't realize. That gap between what you earn and what you save is where wealth actually lives. This is where intelligence becomes a liability instead of an asset. Smart people are phenomenal at rationalizing. You can justify almost any purchase with airtight logic. That $15 a month productivity app? It saves you hours. The premium coffee subscription? You perform better when you're properly caffeinated. The $80 a month gym membership you haven't used in 2 months? It's objectively the best deal in the city, and you'll definitely start going next week. You're optimizing individual spending decisions. The problem is you never question whether you should be spending in the first place. Let me give you a concrete example. Research shows Americans now spend an average of $219 to $273 per month on subscription services. For productivity-focused professionals, that number skews even higher: cloud storage, office suites, password managers, VPNs, project management tools. Add it up. $200 on productivity apps and software, $150 on premium coffee delivered to your door, $80 on that gym. That's $430 a month, or $5,160 a year, on things you've rationally justified. Each decision in isolation makes perfect sense. In aggregate, they're quietly destroying your ability to build wealth. Here's what's happening. You're solving for efficiency when you should be solving for savings. You're optimizing expenses when the real move is to automate savings first and optimize what's left. The system loves this about you. You're the perfect consumer, educated enough to earn well, smart enough to justify spending it all, and too busy optimizing the wrong variables to notice. The implication for you is brutal. Every dollar you spend justifying a smart purchase is a dollar that will never compound in your favor. You're trading future wealth for present convenience, and you're using your intelligence to make peace with that trade. But what if your intelligence was pointed at a different problem entirely? You now see why it happens: the traps that keep smart people broke. But here's the part most people never reach: the exact moves that break the cycle. There's one more trap, and it's the most dangerous because it feels responsible. Smart people tell themselves they'll get serious about money later. After the next promotion, after the student loans are paid off, after life settles down. The plan always makes sense in the moment. You're young enough. There's time. You'll catch up when things are less chaotic. Except compound growth doesn't wait for you to be ready. Here's the math most people never see. Someone who starts investing $6,000 a year at age 25 and earns an average 8% return will have approximately $1.7 million by age 60. Someone who waits until 35 to start, just 10 years later, investing the exact same amount at the same return will end up with around $734,000. That's a $966,000 difference. Not because they saved less. Because they delayed. Data from Empower shows that the average retirement savings more than doubles from your 20s, $139,616 average, to your 30s, $275,377 average. But even that gap reveals how many people are starting late or contributing too little early on. Financial planners at Schwab calculate that if you start in your 20s, saving 10 to 15% of your paycheck will likely get you to retirement. Wait until your 30s and that number jumps to 15 to 25%. In your 40s, you're looking at 25 to 30% or more. Every year you delay doesn't just cost you that year's contribution. It costs you every year of growth that contribution would have generated. Take someone like Jenna, 32 years old, solid income, $2,000 in savings. She's not worried yet, she's young, she'll ramp up soon. What she doesn't realize is she's already lost a decade of compounding she'll never get back. Time is the one advantage you can't buy, borrow, or negotiate. And smart people are trading it for lifestyle comfort right now. So what do you actually do with all of this? Here's exactly what to do. Not theory. Moves. The kind that work on a regular income without a financial advisor, starting this month. Move 1. Automate your savings first. Set up an automatic transfer of 15 to 20% of your income to a separate account the day you get paid. Before you see it, before you budget with it, before you're tempted by it. Treat it like rent, non-negotiable. This is the only way to break the cycle of spending what's left after expenses, because there's never anything left. Move 2. Cap lifestyle inflation at 50%. When you get your next raise, commit right now to saving at least half of the increase. You can enjoy the other half, go ahead, upgrade something, but don't absorb it all into your baseline. This single rule will let you enjoy progress without destroying your wealth building trajectory. Move 3. Track one number every week. Your net worth. Assets minus debts. That's it. Smart people love data. Give yourself the right scoreboard. This is the number that exposes whether you're actually building wealth or just earning and spending in an endless loop. Track it in a spreadsheet, an app, whatever works. Just track it. Move 4. Kill one smart person expense this week. Find the subscription, the service, the habit you've rationally justified that you don't actually need. Redirect that money to an index fund or your retirement account. One expense. Kill it. Watch what happens. Your intelligence is an asset. But only when you point it at the right problem. The system won't change. It's designed exactly as it is. But you can. If this hit home, send it to a friend who's too smart to be this broke. And subscribe, because this is the kind of knowledge they don't teach you, and you'll want to keep learning it.